Thinking about a solo adventure, but you're not sure where to start? Then this video is for you. I'll share the beginner solo travel advice I wish I had known earlier. From choosing the right destination to staying safe, avoiding common mistakes, and enjoying the freedom of traveling on your own. And while these tips are especially valuable for travelers over 50, they can help anyone who wants to travel smarter, safer, and with more confidence. Traveling alone for the first time after 50 can feel exciting, but also a little intimidating. You might be asking yourself, what if something goes wrong? Will I feel lonely? Is it actually safe? The good news is this. Thousands of people start traveling solo later in life, and many of them say exactly the same thing afterward. I wish I had done it sooner. Because solo travel isn't about being fearless. It's about having the confidence to explore the world at your own pace. And after years of traveling, there are several things I would do differently if I were starting solo travel today. In this video, I'll share exactly what I do as a beginner solo traveler over 50, so you can feel more confident, stay safe, avoid common mistakes, and enjoy every step of the journey. Before we get started, if you enjoy practical travel tips like these, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Every week, we share simple ways to help travelers over 50 save money, avoid common travel mistakes, and enjoy more comfortable trips. And if you find this video helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you gave it a like. It lets me know you'd like to see more videos like this. Now, let's get into it. Tip number 1. Start with an easy destination. If this is your very first solo trip, don't make life harder than it needs to be. Many beginners believe they have to travel somewhere exotic or halfway around the world to have an unforgettable experience. But that's simply not true. Choose a destination that's easy to navigate, has reliable public transportation, and is already popular with tourists. Your first solo trip isn't about proving how adventurous you are. It's about building confidence. Once you've completed one successful trip on your own, the next one will feel much easier. Tip number 2. Stay in a central location. One mistake many first-time solo travelers make is booking the cheapest accommodation they can find. But location is often worth paying a little extra for. A hotel that's $20 cheaper isn't a bargain if it's far from restaurants, public transportation, or the places you actually want to visit. A centrally located hotel means shorter walks, less time figuring out transportation, and a much easier return after a long day of sightseeing. For travelers over 50, convenience often adds far more value than saving a few dollars. Think of your hotel as your home base. The easier it is to reach, the more enjoyable your trip becomes. Tip number 3. Arrive during daylight. Here's something I always recommend. Whenever possible, plan your arrival during daylight hours. Finding your hotel, learning your surroundings, and using local transportation all become much easier. Even experienced travelers can feel uncomfortable arriving in an unfamiliar city late at night. A simple adjustment to your flight schedule can remove a surprising amount of stress before your vacation has even begun. Tip number 4. Don't overplan every day. Many first-time solo travelers create detailed itineraries. every museum, every restaurant, every hour of the day. But one of the greatest benefits of solo travel is flexibility. If you find a beautiful cafe, stay a little longer. If you're tired, take the afternoon off. If you discover a neighborhood you love, keep exploring instead of rushing to the next attraction. Leave room for spontaneous moments. Very often, those become the highlights of the entire trip. Tip number 5. Keep friends or family updated. Traveling solo doesn't mean disappearing completely. Before you leave, share your itinerary with someone you trust. Send them your flight information, hotel names, and emergency contact details. While you're away, send a quick message every day or two. It only takes a minute. It gives your loved ones peace of mind and provides an extra layer of safety if your plans unexpectedly change. Tip number 6. Learn a few local phrases. You don't need to become fluent in another language, but learning a few simple phrases can make a surprisingly big difference. Hello, please, thank you, excuse me, do you speak English? Locals almost always appreciate the effort. It often leads to friendlier conversations, better service, and recommendations you might never have discovered otherwise. Sometimes the smallest effort opens the biggest doors. Tip number 7. Trust your instincts. This may be the most important tip in this entire video. If something doesn't feel right, leave. You don't need to be polite. You don't need to explain yourself. Whether it's an uncomfortable conversation, a deserted street, or simply a situation that feels off, listen to your instincts. One advantage that often comes with age is experience. You've spent decades learning to read people and situations. Trust that experience. It may be one of the best travel companions you'll ever have. Tip number 8. Don't be afraid to eat alone. For many first-time solo travelers, this is one of the biggest worries, sitting alone in a restaurant. But here's what you'll quickly discover. Almost nobody is paying attention. Restaurants welcome solo diners every single day. Bring a book. Enjoy the atmosphere. Watch the world go by. Without realizing it, many solo travelers discover that dining alone becomes one of their favorite parts of the trip. There's something wonderfully relaxing about enjoying a meal at your own pace. Tip number 9. Pack lighter than you think. When you're traveling alone, every suitcase becomes your responsibility. You'll lift it onto trains, carry it through airports, roll it over cobblestone streets, and maybe even carry it upstairs. That's why lighter is almost always better. Choose clothes that can be mixed and matched. Leave unnecessary items at home. And remember, if you forget something small, you can probably buy it during your trip. Your shoulders and your back will thank you. Tip number 10. Don't be afraid to talk to people. Traveling solo doesn't mean you have to be alone all the time. Some of the best travel memories begin with a simple conversation. Ask a local where they like to eat. Chat with someone while waiting for a walking tour. Join a cooking class or a small group excursion if it interests you. The beauty of solo travel is that you decide how social you want to be. Some days you'll enjoy quiet moments by yourself. Other days, you may meet people you'll remember long after the trip is over. Tip number 11. Don't skip travel insurance. Travel insurance is one of those things you hope you'll never need. But if your luggage is delayed, your flight is canceled, or you suddenly need medical care, it can save you a tremendous amount of money and stress. For travelers over 50 especially, it's one expense that's usually worth every penny. Think of it as peace of mind. Hopefully, you'll never use it. But if you do, you'll be glad it's there. Tip number 12. Remember that confidence comes with experience. Almost every solo traveler feels nervous before their first trip. That's completely normal. The first airport, the first hotel check-in, the first dinner alone, everything feels unfamiliar until it doesn't. Each small success builds confidence. Before long, you'll find yourself navigating airports, train stations, and new cities far more comfortably than you ever imagined. The hardest part of solo travel is usually taking that very first step. After that, the world starts feeling a little smaller and a lot more welcoming. Traveling alone after 50 isn't about being fearless. It's about being prepared. With a little planning, a few smart habits, and the confidence to trust yourself, solo travel can become one of the most rewarding experiences of your life. You'll discover beautiful places, meet interesting people, and perhaps even learn something new about yourself along the way. Most people who take their first solo trip don't stop at just one, because once you realize you can do it, a whole new world of travel opens up. If you found this video helpful, be sure to check out the other travel guides here on the channel, because the better you prepare before you leave, the more you'll enjoy every journey that follows. Safe travels.